Hi stars, today we're going to talk about how the cluster B personality type does not want you to know that you have other romantic options. Okay, so the cluster B personality type, they already know they're going to keep their options open for other narcissistic supply. What they don't want you to know is that you also have options. Now, unlike the cluster B personality type, you're not out to make other people pawns. Okay, you're not out for the narcissistic supply like they are. Narcissists and cluster B personality types, they like to keep their narcissistic supply plentiful. So what's one way to do that? One of the best ways to do that is to keep recycling romantic partners. Cluster B personality types like to have a lot of narcissistic supply. Their worst nightmare is that they will run out of supply. Cluster B personality types, they like their narcissistic supply coming from various sources, not just from one or two people. They're addicted to people. So narcissists and cluster B personality types, in order to feed their addiction, they become obsessed, if not in love. If they're ever in love, it's in love with the hunt of prowling. They're in love with the hunt or being on the prowl for narcissistic supply. They are also obsessed with going out on the prowl, scouting and hunting for new supply. This is how they keep their supply plentiful, and they don't seem to ever run out of narcissistic supply. Okay, now some cluster B personality types, they do seem to run out of narcissistic supply. This is when you will see that they seem to be more agitated than usual. They're more depressed. They sink down into the sunken place. And I know sometimes on my videos, I talk about how those who are involved with the cluster B personality type, they can sink down in the sunken place. But on the flip side, the cluster B personality type can sink down into the sunken place when they don't have enough supply or they think they're running out. All right, so how does a person continue to be hooked on the narcissist or the cluster B personality type? Well, because of the biochemical addiction. Also because of neural pathways that they have to the narcissist or cluster B personality type. So if the cluster B personality type ventures out for new sources of supply, they're not, necessarily they're not done with their current partner. Say that's you. They're not done with the relationship. No, they're just venturing out for new supply, for more supply. See, they still want to have the relationship with you, as toxic as it may be. The narcissist or cluster B personality type, they never want to run out of supply. So they often venture out, okay, for new supply. This is the excellent time. This is the most excellent time that you can identify your own core issues. In other words, what got you hooked on them in the first place? They're still pulling shenanigans of which they are paying for. Sometimes it may be hard to see that they're suffering the consequences. One of the consequences that they will suffer is that possibly you won't be hooverable anymore. In other words, they won't be able to come back and hoover you back in. Narcissists and cluster B personality type, once they venture out for new sources of supply, they won't be able to hook you back in. They won't be able to hoover you back in because they will have nothing to do it with. As long as a person thinks and or feels that they need something from the cluster B personality type, he or she can be primed for a hoover. The narcissist and cluster B personality type, they look for signs that others still need him or her for something or desire them for something. Again, this can be foreclosure. The narcissist and other cluster B personality types do not do closure. They often, unfortunately, they harm others and they keep it moving. So as long as a person thinks and or feels that he or she needs the narcissist or the cluster B personality type for anything, then they are primed for a hoover. Narcissists and cluster B personality types are often addicted to people. In other words, they are overly dependent upon other people for the narcissistic supply. Cluster B personality types are often obsessed with the process of scouting for targeted prey, for narcissistic supply, and for anyone who may seem to be a prime for a hoover. Cluster B personality types often only look for the sign of other people being primed for either source supply or for a successful neural pathways and biochemical addiction are two components that are necessary in order to increase the likelihood of a successful hoover. Choosing to focus on cluster B personality types after a relationship is over can activate the stress system, inducing withdrawal symptoms. Okay, this is how a person is physiologically experiencing the separation from the cluster B personality type. This is also how trauma bonds continue to be intact long after the physical aspect of the relationship with the cluster B personality type is over. The two components necessary for a successful hoover are the biochemical addiction and the neural pathways. By attempting to figure out cluster B personality types might prove to pull one down into a rabbit hole of a sunken place, distracted by their obsession and addiction of him or her. Cluster B personality types like to maintain a strong sense of control by gaslighting others to feel and or think that they are the only ones that can fulfill their needs and desires. Okay, so cluster B personality types often want to be the center of a person's life, meaning they have to be the god, or the devil of their pain or pleasure. Okay, whichever way you want to look at it. The cluster B personality types, they like to be the center of attention. Okay, whether it's negative or positive attention. That's, attention is energy. That means that they're going to get the narcissistic supply either way. So when a person is focused on the cluster B personality type, in other words, they're trying to figure them out. They're trying to figure out who the new supply may be. They're trying to figure out if the narcissist or cluster B personality type misses them or not. I mean, just spending a lot of time focusing in on the narcissist and cluster B personality type, right? This can pull a person down like a stronghold. Okay, before they know it, they're slipping down into a rabbit hole of a sunken place. Okay, and they're distracted by their own obsession with the narcissist and cluster B personality type. They're distracted by their own addiction of him or her. This is not very good. Okay, this is a very grim picture here, but one that a lot of us have experienced. When a person spends a lot of time and energy trying to figure out the cluster B personality type, yeah, very often they are distracted. They slip down into a rabbit hole of a sunken place. Okay, it's pretty grim. The cluster B personality type actually likes this because that gives them the signal that that person is primed for a successful hoover. The cluster B personality type likes to maintain a strong sense of control by recruiting flying monkeys, by recruiting enablers, and also by attempting to gaslight the person that they want to hoover back in. So the cluster B personality type, all across the board, they are gaslighting people in order to maintain that sense of control. Well, that means that they are manipulating flying monkeys as well as enablers in order to hoover the targeted prey back in. So there's a lot of mind games going on here by the cluster B personality type. Okay, this can be the narcissist. It can be the person who has a borderline personality disorder. It can be the person who has a histrionic personality disorder or the antisocial personality disorder. The cluster B personality types are notorious for playing mind games. This means that they're using gaslighting techniques in order to hoover you or someone else back in. So when a person is in the sunken place, it is often because they're being distracted by their own obsession, if not addiction, of the cluster B personality type. And at the same time, the cluster B personality type, they're looking for signals to see if the person is primed for a hoover. And if they are, they will find them in the sunken place. It is that moment that the targeted prey who is in the sunken place can become unhooverable. They can become unhooverable by choosing to get themselves up out of the sunken place. It is at that time that they can choose to detach from the cluster B personality type. They can even let them know your services are no longer needed here. The targeted prey can begin to rise up, dust themselves off, and soar up and out of that sunken place. It is also at this time that the targeted prey learns that the cluster B personality type that they thought was a superhero is not a superhero at all. They are their own best love. They are the ones that they have been waiting for all along, not the cluster B personality type. To become unhooverable means that the targeted prey has identified core issues within him or herself, and they realized that the cluster personality type was an illusion all along. They were like an imposter. They were like a fraud all along.